back to the Toppy Blues, your source for all things Everton. I am Connor Williams, and we're back with another one of our player season reviews. I'll be reviewing some of the players over the season, some of them just this season, some of them their whole Everton career, because they will be going out the door in the summer. Just valuing it up. You guys might agree, you might not agree. You'll let me know in the comments down below. That's all the fun of doing this. It's all about opinions, and everyone's opinion is important and valued. So yeah, let me know if you disagree. Today's is on Jonjoe Kenny, a player, again, like I said, looks like he might be leaving the club at the end of this season. A player, 25 years old. It's been a weird Everton career for Jonjoe Kenny, which we'll go through as well as this season, because he did get a few games this season as well, which is surprising, but I think that just shows the desperation the club was at. So yeah, came through the Everton Youth Academy. I'll run down his career very quickly. Went out on loan to Wigan, Oxford, played 40 games for us back in 2016 to 2019, and went on loan to Schalke for that 2019-2020 season. Enjoyed a lot of success there. I know Schalke were big fans of him. Then he returned back to us, played 8 games before we shipped him back off to Celtic. Celtic not very keen on him. I've got a couple of friends who are Celtic fans as well who aren't keen on him. And then back to Everton, and this season he's played 21 games, ranging from anywhere between right back, centre back, and left back. It's been an interesting season for Jonjoe, hasn't it? In the Premier League this season, he's played 15 games. The rest have come in the cup. The other 6, I believe it is. He's got 1 assist, 1 yellow card, and 1 red card. The red card was a very, very silly red card to get as well. He shouldn't have got that. Breaking down his stats for you as well. Created 11 chances, 9 successful attempted dribbles, 4 of them successful. He's attempted 17 tackles, only successful in 7 of them. 26 clearances, 20 interceptions. Overall, I'd probably give him like a 6, maybe a 5 for this season, a 5. He has had to come in and do a tough job at left back as well, which I understand. He's not a left footer. I've seen him a couple of times for us play at left back when needed, not just this season, and it's horrible to watch because, like I've just said, he's not a left footer, and it's very clear and obvious that he cuts in. His cutting in onto his right from that left-hand side is about as obvious as Andros Townsend cutting onto his left from his right. Extremely painfully obvious to see, and it does end up catching him out. His game, I'd say his game of the season is probably that Leeds game. After this, there was a bit of a debate on Twitter. Do you offer him a new contract? We ran a poll on it. A lot of people said yeah. I was one that said no. 5 years or 4 years of mediocrity doesn't get overturned by 1 good game of football. A couple of you were like, yeah, give him it. It's, he's deserved it. He's playing in a position he's not used to. I think since then he's sort of fizzled out again, and I think not many people would say give him a new contract. I also get the sentiment behind it. Local lads, you really want him to do well, but unfortunately, I think sentiment at times can be our weakness. In that Leeds game, though, he did really impress me. He had 65% accurate passes, 2 chances created. This is all from the left back position. Like I said, he's not a left footer. 100% accurate crosses, 1 of 1. 50% of long balls were accurate. 50% of his tackles were won. He made attempted 2 tackles, won 1. It was just impressive. 2 clearances, 3 interceptions, 7 recoveries. He only dribbled past twice, bearing in mind that he was against Rafinha that game for half of it, and then they subbed Rafinha off for, I think it might have been Tyler Roberts, if I'm completely honest. Tyler Roberts is an okay player, but Rafinha is a really good player for Leeds. He's one that I quite like. So I remember seeing the lineup for this game and was absolutely terrified. I was like, well, he's going to get torn apart in this game, and it's going to be so hard to watch. But fair play to Jonjoe Kenny. He was strong. He was sensible. He really did play out of his skin, and it might be the best game I've seen him play in an Everton top period. Not just this season, period. I didn't watch him much at Schalke, so I would probably have to argue that's the best game I've seen Jonjoe Kenny play of football. But alas, after that, didn't really kick on as well as we'd hope. at right back or at left back. I think once Mikalenko got up to speed, he was never really going to get back into that side at left back. He played a couple more games. He played in that loss to Burnley. He played in that 5-0 loss to Tottenham, an absolutely awful game. And then since then, he's probably like a 6-5. He's just average, I would say, average to low average. So that's basically my sum up of Jonjoe Kenny, not just this season, but at Everton. I think he's been asked to do some tough jobs. I will give him credit where it's due. He's been asked to do some tough jobs, fill in some tough gaps due to the lack of structure this squad had. No left back or natural left footer at the club other than Fabian Delph, who was on the medic table. So he fully has my respect for that, and I will give him his merit where it's due. That Leeds game is fantastic, but then he went back to just bog standard, below average. He played in that 5-1 at Arsenal, 90 minutes. Didn't have a great game there either. And I think that's the story of Jonjoe Kenny. I think you want to like him. He's a local lad. He's worked hard when he comes on. I do believe he works hard as well. I don't think he's dialing it in. I do think he works hard. I just don't think he's Everton's standard, which is really tough and horrible to say. But, you got to be cruel to be kind. And I just think he hasn't got that standard. That's not to say that I don't think he'd be a good Championship or relegation battling side right back, or if he went to a different country. But for overall this season, I'll give Jonjoe Kenny a 5. 5. And I believe the club, as of now, aren't offering him a contract. I think that's the right decision to make. I think we've got Patterson waiting in the wings. Could probably do with another right back because Seamus Coleman's getting on a little bit. But as far as I've seen, the club aren't offering him a new contract. But that is my review of Jonjoe Kenny, a 5 out of 10 for this season. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts on Jonjoe Kenny overall and as he's leaving his Everton career. Like I said, he's had a tough time. I don't think he's had the easiest run at Everton, but he has had his chances. You can't say he hasn't had chances to shine, and he's not shone on them. So it's getting to he's 25. It's getting to the point now where he should really have been kicking on. It should definitely been, I think the biggest summary I could have on him is if 31, 32, 33-year-old Seamus Coleman is getting in that lineup ahead of you at 25, then I don't think you're cut for the mustard. But let me know your thoughts on Jonjoe Kenny this season overall. And let me know down below, if you were Everton Football Club, would you be giving him a new contract? And stay safe, guys. I will see you very, very soon.